Welcome back to my KEEPUP channel. Boy, 12, is referred to counter-extremist prevent officers by his own school after declaring there are only two genders and I'm gay not queer. A 12-year-old schoolboy has been investigated by counter-extremism officers after he declared there are only two genders. The child made a video, posted online, in which he also stated, "There's no such thing as non-binary." And in response to school bullies who mistakenly believed he supported transgender ideology, he said, "I'm gay, not queer." Originally a homophobic slur, trans activists claim the word queer now describes people who don't adhere to ideas of sex or gender. But the school told the boy's mother they would refer him to Prevent, the Home Office program that attempts to stop people becoming terrorists, amid fears he could be at risk of being radicalized by the far right. The male is aware of the boy's identity but has agreed not to disclose it, and has also viewed the social media posts. The boy's mother was visited by Prevent and Northumbria police officers this week, in a meeting she described as an interrogation. Officers listed a string of allegations to illustrate the boy was at risk of radicalization. The boy's mother said, "We think that he was targeted as the children believe gay people agree with trans ideology. He made a video which I uploaded to YouTube where he said there are only two genders and I'm gay not queer." The school phoned up and were incensed by it. They said that they would refer him to Prevent for that video. They said that he was at risk of radicalization, not that he had been, but was a risk when he gets to 13 and is entitled to his own social media accounts. There was a risk he would fall in with far-right groups. She said counter-terror officers who visited the family home raised concerns over the fact that her son, who is Jewish, harbored extremist views on account of his response when asked if there were any groups that shouldn't exist. She said her son responded that Hamas, the Gaza-based terror group, should be wiped out. Further fears were raised over comments he made to school bullies, stating he wanted to exterminate them. He is said to have made the remark in relation to appalling racist slurs from classmates. In a letter to the school in South Tyneside seen by the Mail, his mother detailed how he was subjected to vile verbal abuse and Nazi salutes. Prevent officers also suggested the boy had an unhealthy interest in weapons on account of another online video again uploaded by his mother, which showed him demonstrating a toy crossbow bought from English Heritage, she said. English Heritage describes the best-seller item as completely harmless but lots of fun. The mother said the school and Prevent officers were guilty of double standards, claiming anti-Semitic incidents at the school were not dealt with in the same way. She said, "We sat down with the Prevent officers and there was an interrogation. They had an attitude of we'll ask the questions. We were asked if we monitored his social media and what songs he listens to. They said there was a whole series of things he had been accused of." The police response was criticized by free speech campaigners who rebuked officers for willfully missing the target. Harry Miller, chief exec of Fair Cop, said, "His views on gender are as far away from terrorism that it's possible to be. They are views that are held by the majority of people in Britain and don't even get into the foothills of terrorism. You couldn't call it criminality, let alone terrorism. There is a difference between bad behavior and terrorism." This is another instance of the police willfully missing the target because hunting down school children is easier than confronting actual terrorists. Fair Cop will continue to stand between these idiots and the public until they stop behaving like the woke, cowardly Stasi they have become. The Home Office needs to get a grip. Sack every complicit chief constable. Kate Barker, chief exec of LGB Alliance, said, "If it's a sign of radicalization to say you don't like being called queer, then according to our research, 94% of LGB people can expect a knock on the door from counterterrorism officers. We applaud this young boy for standing up for his beliefs, and we condemn the teachers and police who think it's wrong to abhor this horrible slur." The Prevent strategy was introduced by the government in 2011 as part of a bid to tackle terrorism through early intervention. According to the latest Home Office data, there were 6,817 referrals to Prevent in the year ending March 31, 2023. The figure was up 6.4% on the previous year. A joint statement from Northumbria Police and Counter-Terrorism Policing Northeast read, "We are unable to discuss individual cases or identify anyone who may or may not be the subject of a Prevent referral. All referrals are treated in the strictest confidence and will always prioritize the safety and welfare of those concerned. Prevent is a multi-agency approach to safeguarding and supporting those most at risk of radicalization through early intervention. It seeks to protect young and vulnerable people against all forms of extremist activity, regardless of ideology. South Tyneside Council declined to comment. Source: dailymail.co.uk. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.